Welcome back to Rise and Shine. Now, relationships have their ups and downs.
Yes, I've had some downs.
And navigating the roller coaster can be pretty rough. Life coach Tia Brown is here with us with the skills you need to find true love. I'm so hopeful.
Yes.
Positivity
Welcome,
is
Tia.
key. Positivity is key.
It is. So you say looking for a relationship is like looking for a job.
That's right. You have to put in the work.
What does that mean?
You have to, first of all, make sure that you're prepared. You want to get into a relationship when you are qualified and ready. What does that mean? Have you done the work on yourself? Have you looked over the things that contributed to your other relationships failing? Because we always assume it's the other person, right? So you have to make sure that. And are you open to new things and new people?
Right.
You know, it's kind of like going, if you're looking for a job, going to a job fair. You know, you have to go to many different places. You have to do different things to make sure you're meeting the person that's for you. It's not easy.
Right. No, it's not.
Now, the one thing that everybody says is, oh, you gotta just not look, it'll find you. Hello, I haven't been looking, I'm still single. It's not gonna find you.
Well, I think not being desperate is key.
That's what they mean.
You kind of have to do a full court press. I suggest using a lot of different things. You want to tell your family and friends that you're interested in meeting new people.
Right.
You want to go to new places and try things. You want to do the things that you like doing. If you like golfing, if you like tennis, try those things. You want to meet someone that is doing the things that you like. And you also want to try things like online and matchmakers. Now, people always give online a bad name, but you can meet someone, whether you're looking to have a serious relationship or just hooking up online, because there are all types of people online, right? And you just have to be really honest from the jump regarding what you want.
So what's the best way to find someone?
Well, one of my favorite ways is using a matchmaker, right? Now, I work for Ebony Magazine. I'm an entertainment and lifestyle director. I did this great feature about matchmakers, and the great thing about a matchmaker is they sit down with you, they find out what you like, they find out what you don't like, they vet you, and they also have vetted the other person.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's a nice way to kind of cheat a little bit, right?
Right, absolutely.
Let them do some of the work.
Saves you the trouble of going on that boring date.
So what are the tips for good dating?
I think with good dating, you
Good wine.
I think the best thing that you should do is start the way you want things to end, right? So if you want to build a relationship where there's a certain dynamic, make sure you're putting your wants, your needs, your expectations up front. Don't try to do the old switcheroo. You know, don't say you're looking for a hookup and want a serious relationship, or vice versa.
Right. And I think many people do that. And I think there's a misconception, because you don't want to, as a woman, you don't want to put too much on the table. But I like men. I like a man that's going to come forward and be like, I'm ready for this.
All right. So a great thing for
I
that.
think maybe I have one, but I'm just saying. You know.
And the other thing is, when you're getting in a relationship, you did share that you're starting. You don't want to assume that you're just going to go to that title.
Right.
Give time to make sure that that person's resume matches their qualifications.
Job.
Oh, yeah, job.
Right.
So what do you do when you actually find Mr. or Mrs. Right? What then?
Well, there's this great book about dating and marriage, and it has something called love rituals, right?
Ooh,
so daily, weekly, and annual love rituals. What are the things that you have to invest weekly? You have to invest time, calls, dates, good sex once you get to that point, right? Monthly, you want to make sure that you're going out alone without other friends to make sure you're investing. And annually, vacations. Celebrating anniversaries, celebrating holidays together.
That's what I did wrong. There were no
All of these
vacations.
to make sure that you're investing time into the relationship. So develop those love rituals. Make sure that they're strong.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I find quite interesting when it comes to dating is you never know what the other person's thinking. How do you actually have this conversation without being lame and saying, so are you looking for a relationship? How do you suss someone out?
And you know they asked you out. So how do you know?
I think you have to be very brave and courageous and expect to be rejected sometimes, right? And nobody wants to hear that. You can't, you know, beat around the bush. You have to be honest and candid. Up front. And it's better to know early on. If you don't ask the question, you're assuming. And at that point, it's only you who are going to get disappointed lately. And look at what the person does, not just what they say. So if a person wants a relationship, they should be showing you that they're interested in you. They should be calling you. They should be spending time. They should have a vested interest in your happiness. If they're not doing any of those things, regardless of what they say, they're just not into you.
See, that has been my life.
Can someone be too sweet and too kind? Because that kind of bores me after a while.
You like a person with a little bit of edge.
A little bit of an edge.
Well, you know what? If you aren't comfortable with that, then it doesn't work for you. There are people who love, you know, that saccharine part of the relationship, cards, calls, loving texts. But if it doesn't get you excited, it doesn't work. And it's okay to say, I don't like people who are too doting. You have to be honest about what makes you happy.
So what if, okay, so what are the ways you need to be like, that we show affection in different ways? You know, how do we know the way our mate needs to be shown?
Right, so that kind of goes back to the love languages, and you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to what people say and how they show you love, because that gives good indication about how they receive it. You can also just blatantly ask them, you know, what's important to you? How can I make you happy? You know, how do you accept and receive love and affection? And you need to be multilingual in that way. Sometimes the ways that we want to give love isn't the way that it's shown. And deal breakers, you kind of have to know up front. Right? Like some of the things that you don't like, and be honest about it. Sometimes we can say, you know, a person has to be this tall or weigh this much or have boobs this big or behind that big. Those aren't real deal breakers.
Yeah.
You know, in the adult world, it's like, you know, what really do you want to roll over to day by day? What's going to make you happy? You know, what is going to make you feel secure? And those are the deal breakers. Is this person making me feel safe? Is this person a good financial partner? You know, money is a big thing.
Absolutely.
Is this person going to help me raise kids? If I want kids, is this person going to help me take care of my parents?
Yeah.
You know, is this person going to help me if I lose my job? Those are the deal breakers. Do I like this person? Do they make me laugh?
Now, this is what I do when I'm looking at somebody. I'm like, do they wear a suit to work and do they have a corner office? You know, do they have the personality? Are people too picky? I'm too picky.
Sometimes you can be too picky. Now, there's a difference between financial security, right, versus being a little superficial. Now, you can have a person with a great blue-collar job, you know, but does that person need to have a corner office or a great executive? It's about, if that's really a deal breaker to you, understand that it's taking your pie from here to here.
To make, you know? So what would you say to people who have been on the market, you know, for a while and are feeling a little discouraged?
Don't get desperate. Finding a mate is a really challenging thing. So the first guy or girl that comes up to you, if you haven't dated in a year or even 2 years or longer, don't say, this has to be the one because I haven't found someone else yet. It's really about taking the time to date. It's just a date.
All right. You know, so what I've learned and I'm taking away from this today is, taken away, is not to be desperate. And if they like you, they're going to show you. And they don't have to have the corner office because they could be a jerk. And
have fun.
Have a good time. Be yourself. Ask questions. And
look at what they're doing.
Look at what they're doing. Well, then I'm looking out there from good stuff.
Shifty eyes. You know those people with shifty eyes?
Thank you so much.
Tia, you should stay because I need to talk to you. I need your advice after the show as well. Thanks so much for coming to the show now. So whether you found the one or still looking for that special someone, bottom line is know yourself, know what you want, unlike me, and put the work in and never give up on love, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you can find out more about Tia at tiabrown.com.